Do you know what that is?
Slope?
Do you know what that is? What slope is?
Yeah, 212, 312. I just
What
didn't
that
check the
means?
data.
Do you know what that means? 212.
Up to over 12.
Yeah, 12 inches per every 12 inch, it goes up 2 inches. That's what the slope of 1-2 is. When they go 1/12 pitch, that's what it means. It's 1 inch per every 12 inches. There's 1/12. 3/12, 4/12, that's all it is. That's what a slope is. So when they say 1/12, 3/12. So you guys need to know this, 4/12, or you say it like this, 4/12 and above, that's full system. Okay? 3/12 to 4/12, ridge only. Our ventilation is a differentiator. That's literally all you guys need. You guys see water spots and lifting shoes? All that shit surface area stuff, that's not your urgency. That's a duh, I see that every day. That's not your urgency. You gotta go in the attic, and the reason why is we wanna see if there's leaks and we gotta see if you need wood. Can somebody grab David, because this is the shit he fucking needs. Okay, so 212 to 312. You'll see it written in both ways. That's the only reason I'm doing this. This is box vents. That is the only reason we do box vents. Box vents is an old technology. It's literally going out of business. It's just like, so what was the underlayment before we used synthetics?
Felt paper.
Felt paper. That is going out. They're not producing it anymore. Just so you guys know, but there's still a ton of it made already. So until it's gone, they're going to keep pushing it at depot until they're out of it. There's certain weight classes that are impossible to get at this point. There's different weights. Like the thickness of the paper, there's different ones and you can't even get them. So that's because they're not making them anymore. When they're gone, they're literally buying old technology because people don't know what the fuck they're doing if they do paper on this anymore. In the chat, I put what golden pledge, silver pledge were. You guys gotta just know that. That makes you a professional. Everybody else is gonna say they do the same thing for cheaper. Every time, that's the only thing they can do because nobody buys what we got. Nobody gets the GF stuff. They don't. You look at the underlayments. Even when you see them installed, look across the street, you guys send a ton of them. All they're doing, a roof across the way, there's a synthetic. I can kill all those too, so I'm taking you guys over to the distributor, you guys can see this. So it's not me just telling you this stuff. But it's literally, you're getting T-Blue stuff. It's literally what it is. It looks similar to, but it ain't the shit that you should be using. Right? It's not that no other brand is good, but what they're using is literally not. I've seen people put Convoy shit on. You mean the distributor has their own product? It's like you got Temu underlayment. And literally, it's not even a company that does it. Oh, I got GF through Temu. It's like, oh, Temu, they do it, we can do it. You want the discount stuff or we get all the profit? It's like, dude, that's what you're putting on there. But this you have to know, just anywhere between 212 and 312, why can't we do the ridge and the intake on that?
If the wind's blowing, it can push the rain in there pretty
Yeah,
good.
side driven rain will get in there, it will leak. Okay? Even though the cutbacks are 6 inches back, you guys, those cuts that are intake, they're 6 inches back behind there, just so you know. There's a full shingle and weather watch. There's a whole bunch of protection in between it, but if you get side driven rain, that could happen. What else?
It's not gonna actually have enough scoop in it to blow there.
Possibly. I don't want to tell you that's wrong because I'm not exactly sure. What else is the main factor though with it would be too flat?
Improper ventilation.
Snow. If it's flat enough, snow can be. If you have it piled up, it can start leaking back. Okay? So that's the biggest issue why you can't do intakes on anything under a 412. But you can do the ridge because you have a ton of protection over the ridge that goes down. It's the most sloped area. Now, why is this a problem for box vents? What's going out of these vents? Even our vents. What's going out of these vents?
Hot air.
Hot air. So if you have snow on top of it, what's going to happen? It's going to melt. So where do you put these box vents on a house? This is your house now, John and Mary. This is what I'm talking about. I use my materials just to supplement these pictures. I'm telling you, this is my pitch of the products. This literally is it. I'll show them the stuff and this and that kind of thing, but this is my pitch of the products. Because ventilation is a key problem why they're doing roofing now. Why your roof didn't last. The shingle you got, the 3-tab, I promise you on the packaging, it said 25-year shingle, and you're here 10 to 15 years redoing your roof. Why? Because ventilation, they didn't understand heat, they didn't understand that they were cooking from the bottom. Okay, so the way they did ventilation back then, they're gonna put all these box vents where? You have like 3 of them. Right, where do you know where you need to put box vents?
It's high up.
They typically like by the ridge.
1 every 3 feet.
Oh, yeah.
1 every 3 feet. So if you're doing, and it's not a technical term, but that's rough estimate where it needs to be. You can't put them closer than that, because if you do, the holes are gonna be too close, and it makes the wood a little bit too weak, because it's a 4x8 piece of wood, 3 feet by 3 feet. We'll give them enough distance where you're not cutting too close on one piece of wood. That's why, but 1 every 3 feet. So if I have a 30 square roof, how many box vents do you need?
10.
10. So what is the new installer? If you go even to new construction, they're doing this. A technology that's gonna be gone in the next 5 years. You see the new houses, what are they doing? And I have photos, I'll give them to you, you can show your customer. What are they doing?
Ridge vents.
They're adding a ton of little ones. There's a ton of box vents. You're gonna have like 15 to 20 box vents on the back.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. Now, what is the problem with it? You'll get more ventilation going out. But what is the problem with that?
More leak points?
Not have vintage.
100% leak points. So you have these box vents, what happens when it gets cold?
Frost?
Frost, and what else?
Snow.
Snow. So if your snow's piling up, do you think it's gonna be piled up behind these box vents?
Yeah.
Of course. What is coming out of these? So what are you doing in the house because it's cold outside?
Running heat.
Heat. So what is heat gonna do?
Melt the snow.
It's gonna naturally rise, correct, to the highest most point. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what's gonna happen? It melts the snow that's behind these holes. What do you think happens?
It's just leaking.
They're all leak points. Every single one. You're creating more possibility of leak points. One of these leaks, your roof is leaking. Does that make sense? Box vents are an outdated system. They will be going away. The reason they do, because they still have a ton of them produced. And if I'm the box vent company, I'm not just trashing myself, I'm gonna sell them until you tell me I can't. Okay, so what this system for ventilation was supposed to do, you have wind on a windy day, and we hope it's going underneath your eave, which is this part, right? You guys all know that term, eave?
Yeah.
It's supposed to go up your wall somehow. Then it's supposed to go through your bird blocks. Those are the little holes in there when you have trusses. When you build a roof, you're gonna have trusses, just so you guys understand. They're like rib cages. When you put them down like this, when you stack them, they're 2x4s or they're 2x6s. Well, you're gonna have a gap right here in between where the plywood and your actual roof touches. So this is called blocking. They put these just 2x4s or 2x6s in between the kind of piece, so it blocks the hole. But they know they need intake, so they'll do these little circles in it, and they put little fences on them. So they block the birds. So they call these bird blocks. That's what these are. Okay? So what you're hoping is, they didn't do insulation to block these, but when I went in your attic space, John and Mary, it was completely black, so these are completely blocked out. So the idea of the system was the wind was supposed to come under your eave, up your wall, go through the bird blocks, go through the insulation, and somehow push the heat out of the back of your house. Because you don't have any of these on the front, why?
Because nobody wants to put black vents on the front.
They're ugly, so even if these did function properly, you're getting heat coming out of the back, and what do you think the heat that's going right here is doing?
Cooking.
It's cooking and it's leaving moisture on the bottom of everything, because hot and cold do what? They create what?
Condensation.
Condensation. So this is why your shingles are lifting in one side, because you're cooking them from the bottom. You ever fry fish?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the head of the tail when you fry them?
Just like a fold. Just like
Has anybody fried a fish in here in a pan? Raise your hand. I've never done that, but when I do this, everybody knows what they're talking about, so I do it with my hands. Well, what happens with the fish when you fry it in a pan? Oh, the head and the tail go, yeah, because they've seen it somewhere. I've never fried a fish in a pan like that.